Alright then, honor to the ancestors and love to the world. Sensual Sundays, um, second live. So last week I was talking about normal loop, right? And obviously there's a reason why I said normal loop, and you'd have to go and check out the video. But basically, as a summary, I just broke down what it actually means to use lubrication, um, which is basically an indication of women not being able to actually continue with the arousal once they started, or even in like their body to kick in that arousal stage, which is them producing natural lubrication. So today, I just want to tap in on arousal states. What does it mean to be aroused? Now, I won't be able to see who's live or who's tapping in, or any comments, because I'm using the back of my phone. So yeah. So let me go ahead and just jump into it right now. 3 is a special number. Let me see that 3 is a special number. Oh boy, does not look nice. Okay, so 3 is a special number, and much like a lot of numbers like 3 and 7, which happen to be like uneven numbers, they carry a lot of significance as far as cycles and states, so I'm gonna just do this. So you have arousal, which is offset by on 3 of your bodies. So you have 4 bodies. You have your cell body, you have your energy body, you have your spirit body. Now, your cell body being your physical body. So I'm just gonna put this down as, let me see, cell for the physical. And then you have the spirit, the energy body, or otherwise known as mind. And then you have the spirit body. I know you can't see, I'll show you now. Spirit body, also known as mind, body, and spirit. There we go. Or let's say soul, right? Mind, body, and soul. So this is why we say sex is a sexual, sexual energy exchange. Sexual energy being the basis of all creation, right? Nothing can be created without this energy. You want to battle me on that? Go ahead, but sexual energy exchange is what we do. So you participate using your cell body, your physical body, your mind, and your soul. So for you to be aroused, your mind, or let me say, your soul or spirit has to be aroused. Your energy, your mind has to be within the act. Your body will manifest your arousal. I hope everyone is with me. And now there's also 3 stages that a woman goes through as far as her arousal state that can lead to true orgasm. And I say true orgasm because a lot of women now, a majority of women are experiencing orgasms, which is a good thing, but mainly through clitoris stimulation, right? clitoral stimulation. Not a lot of women experience orgasms through vaginal stimulation. But let's just keep going, right? So let's say for a man, right? For a man, what happens is that his phallus becomes enlarged, right? Enlarged, or also hardens, right? And then there's also an aspect, and this is also like leads in the aspect of the mind also. If you are not present within the moment, whether it's her tits that's giving you a hard on, thoughts of what you'll be doing, or her body, I don't know what it is that turns you on as a guy, but this also plays a major part. Now there's also like an aspect here. So this is 1, this is 2, right? 1, 2. There's also edge between these two realms, or 2 stages, or 2 states actually. And then you have your spirit. This is where you get your heat, right? So this is the stages of a man's erection. So a man needs to go through a state where his penis enlarges, hardens, and produces heat. So if there is no heat, then the man's spirit is not there. I think a lot of guys, I've also experienced this, where I've had a hard on but my dick was cold. Like have an erection but my dick is cold. That's because the spirit is not there. You might have what you call this. You might have your penis getting enlarged, but it doesn't harden, and you might get that heat, right? Which basically, lets you know that, hey man, your mind isn't there. Your mind isn't there. So actually, I should move that side. But you'll see, So this is just like a young example, just to show you that, this is what you call this. This is what you need as far as to achieve a proper arousal for a man. Now, this looks a lot different, but also in the same states. So I call mind a state, physical state, and spiritual soul state. Right? Much like how you would look at like water, and you say it can have 3 states. You can find water in 3 states. One being in a solid state, the other being in a liquid state, and the other being in a gaseous state. Right? And now these states in themselves, do correlate with these states that I'm talking about. So solid, liquid, and gas. Is it gas? Yeah, solid, liquid, and gas. Right. So the reason why energy is liquid is because energy flows. Energy carries flows like a current. When you're talking about electricity, you talk about current. You're talking about water flowing, current. You see what I mean? That's why we get like the word like money is energy, in the sense that besides having to expand actual energy, use up actual energy, to participate in an economic event, for you to actually get money. It's akin to electricity. It's akin to the flow of water, the waters. So with women, we then observe the women and we say that the woman has three waters. Now, this is different for women. This is why women are like really, what you call this, that women are specialists in a lot of ways. So a woman, manifests all of this through her waters, right? Now, first thing that you see that a woman is properly aroused is that it's a lot of saliva. Let's call it the three waters. So the woman has three waters. So the first water being in the mouth, right? So the first waters being in the mouth. So this would be like saliva. We call it saliva, but it's not saliva. It's a different fluid, but being produced in the mouth. Now, if you partake in drinking this fluid, it actually assists the man. It's almost like an aphrodisiac. It actually gets the man, aroused and excited. So that's why, kissing with the tongue is very important. And then you have the second waters. Second waters being the what you call this, the vaginal fluids, with like the wet man. The vaginal fluids that basically would lubricate the lips and also just lubricate the inside of the vagina. Now this could be sticky, this could be like creamy, but the thicker it is, the better. So let's call it the vaginal fluid, right? So now, so you have the saliva, vaginal fluid, and then you have another one here, right? Now, this is the final door, or the final waters, but it's the final door. So these are the three doors, the three waters that the woman has for her to reach a true orgasm. Now, through this and this, she can reach an orgasm. You only just need two. You can't go. You can't reach an orgasm with just one of these. But this sets up for this, and this sets up for this. So this one is stimulated by what you call this. This one is stimulated by I'm trying to find the right word. By the cervix. So when you stimulate the cervix, that's when you get the third waters, right? Now, there's a thing called squirting, right? Now, I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna put it under the first one. Because squirting is mainly squirting. It's mainly stimulated by the clitoris, right? Not by the G-spot. Mainly by the clitoris, not the G-spot. So this is, the G-spot, the clitoris, and then cervix. I don't know why I know so much about this, man, but let's just keep moving on. I am open to being corrected. But yeah, the clitoris, the G-spot, the cervix. So this one is very special. This then I would, if I wanted to actually, let me break it down for you, because this one I think every woman needs to know this. So like I was saying, these are the three waters, the three gates that actually get you to open up to true orgasm. Oh man, when I saw this and they broke it down for me, it was really something else. So I'm doing that, but let me go ahead. So what's that? Okay. So in any case, so let's do this. Join a circle. Um, okay, right. So this being north, south, right? I don't know where east or west is. Huh? Is this east? Is this west? In any case, doesn't really matter. Just know that what you're looking at here is a representation of the vagina. Now, there's a thing called reflexology. Reflexology is this, like when you get like a reflexology like on your feet. What they basically do is they massage parts of your feet that correspond to certain organs. Now, as a man also has the same reflexology areas on his penis. Woman also has reflexology areas on and in her vagina or in her reproductive system, right, or reproductive organ. So this out here, this right here, this represents the lips outside of the vagina, right? And it corresponds to certain what do you call this? To certain organs, and then inside here, it's broken like this. It's broken up like this. So this is inside the vaginal walls, right? So this would be the top here. It's where you'd find your clitoris. Now, your G spot, because this eludes a lot of women. The G spot could be anywhere around this area. The G spot doesn't stay in one place, in one particular place. The G spot sometimes does move. This is now, I don't know if it's because of age or whatever it is, but one woman's G spot might be here, another woman's G spot might be here, another woman's G spot might be here. You get what I'm saying, though? So the G spot moves. Now, let's say, as an example, it's not accurate, but what is accurate, I'll give one accurate one, which is here. This is the cervix here. The cervix is linked to the heart. This is getting so interesting. So the cervix is linked to the heart. So it's the reflex zone for the heart, right? This is why now when a man gives a woman a true orgasm, he is truly going for the heart. Let's do this. Yay. He is truly going for the heart. So if a man hits it right, yeah, there's no way you're not catching feelings. There's no way you're not catching feelings. But in any case, I want to point out something. So if you're having issues with your organs, so let's say here this is your brain, right? Let's divide it. Let's say your left brain, and this is your right brain. Here is your lungs. Here is your stomach, your intestines. Let's say your liver, your kidneys. So this is where it gets interesting. So if you're having stomach issues, ulcers, this part of your vagina is probably dead or is not responsive. It needs a lot of stimulation. If you're having kidney issues, this part of your vagina will have the same issue. If you're having liver issues, this part of your vagina will basically be, you get what I'm saying, right? So now, if you are in bad health, if you are obese, now a lot of obese people have issues with stomachs, their intestines, their livers, their kidneys, which also would lead to them having issues with what you call this, with their lungs, because they aren't breathing properly because of the buildup in the stomach. And then also, because now your veins are clogged up, you're also going to have issues with your heart. And now, since because there's a thing called a mind, what you call this, a brain and gut connection. Since your gut is seeing flames, your brain will probably also see flames. But let's say you're still a functioning member of society. So let's say, okay, cool. Maybe your left brain, it still has some good function. So this tells you that the more healthier your organs are, the healthier your vagina is, which means that the easier that your vaginal walls can get stimulated, and the easier it is for you to reach orgasm. So the healthier you are, the easier it is for you to reach orgasm. I hope that makes sense. Really hope that makes sense. So the unhealthier you are, if you're having issues with your kidneys, if you're having issues with whatever health issues that you have, and this is why it's so important to detox. This is why it's so important to take care of your health. Just off instinct, a man will generally pick either a younger and healthier woman to mate with, purely off of instinct, because we know that, hey, there's a better chance of this younger and healthier woman to have a baby than it is with someone who might be obese, overweight, and dealing with chronic disease, which is not genetic. It's just mainly lifestyle choices. So going back to that hard thing, right? True orgasm. This is like this blew my mind. So let me break it down for you, because this is like, I just want women to understand how amazing their bodies are, and I need also guys to understand how amazing the female body is. And I don't know, if you have a partner and they're having issues with, they might not have an issue with their weight, they might be delusioned with the whole BBW movement, which basically popularizes being unhealthy. That's how I see it. I don't give a fuck about your weight, but I'm more concerned about the state of a person's health. More specifically mine, and I think everyone should also have the same concern towards themselves. This is also like part of forming, that self-love relationship. But yeah, let's keep it going. So the heart. So let's say now you've stimulated all of the woman's, you've activated all of her waters, and now you've activated her third gate, which goes to her heart. Now, man, this is amazing. So you have chakras, my boy. You have chakras, don't you? You have chakras, so I'm just gonna make them like this. Cause chakra are like wheels of light, wheels of energy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and and then also, man, this is pretty big, but in any case, so this is your root chakra. This is your sacral chakra. This is your solar plexus. This is your heart chakra. This is your throat chakra. This is your pineal gland, or your third eye. Pineal. Let me not even go there. Let me see. Okay, we're still good. And then this is your crown chakra. Alright, so now, like I was saying, as much as there's a what do you call this, a physical penis or vagina, there's also an energetic penis and vagina. There's also an energetic, an energetic heart, an energetic stomach, you know. Hence I said you have four bodies. You have your cell body, you have your energy body, you have your spirit body, and then you have your quantum body, right? Now I only spoke about those three, but now keeping that in mind, so when you stimulate the heart, you also stimulate its energetic body, which is the heart chakra, right? So the third gate, you go through the third gate, or you stimulate the third waters of, of the woman, and it stimulates the heart, which also stimulates the heart chakra, which is an energy center, right? And what it does is then, through activation of this, it does this. It goes and activates the throat chakra, and then it activates the solar plexus. Oh man, this is now a true, like, the solar plexus. And then it goes and activates the pineal gland. Then it activates the sacral chakra. And then it activates the crown chakra. And then the root chakra. Actually, it's the other way around. My bad, y'all. It's the other way around. It's the other way around. Ah, damn it. But in any case, instead of that, so it starts through this and it goes like that, and then there we go. Right? So it's a spiral. So so when a woman is stigmatized, or you have been laid properly and your chakras are busted open, but remember that this requires you to be in a healthy state, because if your genital area, if your genital area, for the men, this would be like the testicles. If your genital area isn't healthy, then it's probably gonna get stuck here. If your solar plexus is sitting on your diaphragm, if your solar plexus isn't healthy, you won't be able to get to your throat chakra. If your throat chakra is not healthy, you won't be able to get to activate your sacral chakra. Sacral chakra is not healthy, you won't be able to activate your pineal gland. If your pineal gland is not, you get what I'm saying. Now, this is one pattern that this actually occurs in. Another pattern that this orgasm, which this basically is like creates a spiral, and I want you to imagine like a coil, right? I want you to imagine like a coil going up like that, right? But now it starts from the heart, and then it coils out throughout the rest of the body. Now this is what they would call like Kundalini rising. So this basically would put a woman in a state of euphoria. She would activate DMT. DMT is a chemical hormone that's produced in your brain. Some would say it's like a hallucinogen. You might see stars, you might see entities, and it puts you in. It's almost like a spiritual awakening. So that's why I say, if you're having sex properly and you're conscious about what the possibilities, and we wouldn't necessarily just sleep with anyone. And if you experience this with someone, it's hard to go back to having a sexual experience where it's just mainly you guys bumping your bodies, which is basically keeping it in the space of just you guys having physical sex. There's no mental connection, there's no spiritual connection, and you guys are forcing yourself, almost like like a prostitute type of a situation, where prostitutes like, yo, give me money, come slide in, pum pum, pam pam pam, and then you leave. It's much similar to that. So a lot of times that people like come together and like friends with benefits or whatever it is, you guys are trying to have that type of relationship, but because that you guys communicate and you guys have non-sexual attention that you exchange, you do get tangled, like it or not. So um, stop with the delusion. So yeah, yeah. So like I was saying, going through the three gates, activate the heart. Another way that this happens is that the heart gets activated and the energy basically like resonates and activates two of these, and then these also start to generate their own energy connecting with this, and then it activates this, so it becomes like a disc like this, right? This is also another way that it can form. Now when it forms like this, or when the energy flows like this as opposed to like a spiral, um, so this would be like, this will most probably be something that happens before it happens like a spiral. But from here you would also get a slight DMT activation. You definitely will have a full blown body orgasm. um, this also will start a healing process. The same with this, starts a healing process, because if you will basically disassociate from your physical body, and you'll be hit by waves of energy, like you have waves of energy just going through you, and yeah, it's just a magical experience. Now for all of this to happen, it's we need energy to flow. For energy to flow, we need liquids, we need waters to flow from the woman. So if you guys are using lubrication, you'll never be able to do none of that. You'll never reach true orgasms. You'll never reach nirvana, the full potential of what sex can lead you to. Sexual healing, when Marvin Gaye saying that, remember the music that Marvin Gaye sang or made was really conscious music. A lot of guys in that era were actually putting out conscious music. We only got to know like sexual healing and a couple of like other songs, like just how we work with like the mainstream right now. They'll make something like, fuck these hoes, kill these niggas. They'll make those type of things more popular, but sexual healing in itself was like a fuck you. I think was a fuck you to the industry to say that here's something, you think it's just about sex, but really, man, I'm just telling the people that you guys can heal yourselves with sex, and you definitely can. Now that's something that I'll touch on another day on, like how to call this, like the benefits of females fluids from her arousal, when it gets absorbed through the skin of the penis for the guys, and also the benefits of pre-cum, which is a liquid, so almost like a saline liquid that gets produced by the prostate gland, so that it can transport the sperm. So it's very jelly like. It's very mild. It also carries like a lot of enzymes. It carries proteins. Also sperm also carries a boatload of nutrients. So that's also, if absorbed in the vaginal wall, it it has its own health benefits. Now we also through reflexology, as much as I was telling you about how there's reflex zones on the penis, there's reflex zones on the vagina, much like with under the foot. When you stimulate those reflex zones, they stimulate activation and healing of certain certain organs. Now, if a man is conscious about this, he projects energy out of his penis, which basically stimulates the energetics of that organ. So man, there's a whole lot to it, and yeah, stick around, follow, share, and just keep expanding. I'm also learning on the day-to-day basis about this, and yeah, man, it's amazing. It really is amazing. Thank you for tapping into Sensual Sundays. Really appreciate you tapping in. The live will be saved and will be uploaded onto my YouTube channel also. So if you missed the live, you got the recording right here. So you go ahead and have yourself a beautiful and sensual Sunday. Love.